Hello, welcome to Kings Peak Language Arts with me, Mr. Varn, and today we're talking about summarizing nonfiction, so I'm going to get out of the way. Writing a summary of nonfiction seems pretty simple, right? Our essential question is, what is a summary? What makes a good summary? And how can I write a summary of nonfiction? A summary is all the ideas from a text written in your own words. A summary is your opinion about a text. A summary is a shortened form of a text in which all main ideas are included, and a summary is a review of the text with main ideas and your opinions. Which one do you think is right? It would be summary is a shortened form of a text with all the main ideas intact. Why do we write summaries? Readers can write a summary of a text to let someone else know the main ideas or to make sure they understand the main ideas. So both things are important. Summarizing a text helps you understand the text. You have to figure out the most important ideas and thus forcing your brain to engage with an understanding of the text. See, so it's also important for you to be able to do this. Why do we write summaries? Students are often made to write summaries as a school assignment. Imagine that. Summaries are also included on text to help see how well you understood a text. How long should a summary be? Really depends on the length of the text. The length of a summary depends on the length of the original text. A summary should always be shorter than the original text and significantly shorter. The 4 basic rules for writing a summary of nonfiction are: include all the important ideas from a text, put the ideas in your own words, leave out little details and repeated information, you don't need that, and use the structure of the text itself to guide you. Include all the important ideas from the text. This is easy to say, but sometimes hard to do. As you read, it's important to think about what ideas are most important to the author, or what ideas might be most important to your audience. Many butterflies depend on certain plants to survive. As adults, butterflies drink nectar. But caterpillars eat leaves. Some caterpillars only eat the leaves of specific plants. Monarch caterpillars, for example, eat only milkweed. If butterflies cannot find the food sources they need for their eggs, the next generation will not survive. When the habitats are changed, such as when wetlands are drained or when forests are cleared, butterfly populations may drop dramatically. According to the Xerces Society, an invertebrate conservation group, over 50 kinds of butterflies are at risk. Even though you might have some personal connection with some of the ideas here, you need to think about what's important to the author. Look for the topic sentences for the big ideas. We can find them as such. So the topic sentences would be: many butterflies depend on certain plants to survive. Some caterpillars only eat leaves of specific plants. If the butterfly cannot find the food source they need for their eggs, the next generation will not survive. 50 kinds of butterflies are at risk. Do you agree that these are big ideas of the text? What strategies do you use to find the important ideas of the text? Why do you think this is important for summarizing? So now we're going to focus on putting the ideas in your own words. Putting the ideas in your own words is also called paraphrasing. Instead of copying down the author's words, you need to write them in your own. This actually helps you process the words. Can you paraphrase a sentence from the text? Many butterflies depend on certain plants to survive. Try using synonyms for the key words here. Depends on certain and to survive. Try changing the order of ideas. Many butterflies depend on certain plants to survive. So maybe try it like this. Many butterflies need specific plants to survive. You can see the original text here. So you've just put it in a different order and changed some of the key words. There are some words that you can't change when you paraphrase, but these words are important from the passage. Meaning that they're technical jargon or they're just former nouns or something like that. For example, in the passage we read, the word butterfly and caterpillar cannot be replaced. Caterpillar, excuse me. Leave out little details and repeated information. Small details can be called trivial details. They may be interesting, and they may help this become better writing, but they're not important to the main ideas of the passage. You do not need to include small details in the summary. Many butterflies depend on certain plants to survive, as adults butterflies by nectar. The caterpillars eat leaves. Some caterpillars only eat the leaves on specific plants. Monarch caterpillars, for example, eat only milkweed. If butterflies cannot find the food source for their eggs, blah, 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 blah. Monarch butterflies, for example, eat only milkweed. While this supports the main idea, it's not needed for the summary. It's too specific. The description of the Xerxes Society is not needed for the summary either. Repeated idea. The author might repeat ideas, usually for emphasis or for effect, sometimes just to remind you of things stated in prior paragraphs. When the same ideas are restated, you only need to include it once in the summary. Use the structure of the text to help you out. So if it's a description, you should write it like a description. If it's a cause and effect, you should write it as a cause and effect. If it's in chronological order, that's the order of events in time, you should write it in chronological order. If it is a problem and solution, proposes a problem, offers a solution, you should also summarize it as a problem and a solution. And if it's a compare and contrast, you should compare and then contrast, or however it's structured, should be mirrored in your summary. Overall, this paragraph is in a cause and effect structure. I'm not going to read it again because we've looked at it several times. In your summary, you need to show that this is also cause and effect. So what do you need to remember for the 4 rules for writing a good summary for nonfiction? Include the important information for the text. Put ideas in your own words. Leave out little details and repeated information. Use the structure of the text to guide you in writing your summary. That's what you need to do. As a rule, your summary should always be probably way shorter than what you're writing. So if you're summarizing, say, a 2-page article, it should be summarized in a paragraph. All right. Have a good day.